Hey fandom, it's me Aaron. This is A Comic Show where I talk about new comics now. This is the stuff coming out this week, and there's a whole lot of great stuff. I don't know, these publishers just wanted to get stuff out before Christmas, and it's pretty cool. The biggest book that, everyone's talking about is Saga. I freaking love Saga. I've loved it from before it even came out. And this one, she's actually reading her, little Twilight novel or 50 Shades of Grey or whatever it's supposed to be that set her on her, hopeless romantic path. And there's a page of it, and it is so inane, it's ridiculous. I laughed. So, this guy, Brian K. Vaughan, is the master at the first page and the last page. His first page always draws me in with some crazy curse word or pooping, and then it always ends with this cliffhanger that's like, boom, you should have seen it coming, but you didn't see it coming. And this book is beautiful. Thank you, Image, for agreeing to second print number 7 and doing it with such a discount that I can just give number 7 away when people buy the volume number 1 and say, hey, start getting the issues. There was so much hoopla over Image saying they weren't going to second print, and there was some condescension in the press release. They said that retailers just aren't ordering enough. Why can't we get it right with issue 7? Let me tell you, issue 7 of Saga was the issue I had the biggest question mark on because it's the first issue after the volume. It's called an unknown. I don't know how many people that buy the volume, Saga Volume 1, are going to wait for Volume 2, or how many of them are going to jump into issue 7 and then get 8, 9, 10 like in the issues. That's an unknown. So, I ordered heavy, and apparently a lot of these people that were telling me they were going to, I'm going to pick Saga up in the trade. They waited for the first trade, they got it, and no, they're not waiting for the second trade. They're getting issue 7, and that's a good thing. So, thanks for, going against your crazy statement and reprinting Saga number 7. And, with all this wonderful generosity you're showing towards me as a retailer, I'm going to return that and, give it to the customers of my store, and I'm going to give Saga number 7 away free when people buy the volume. I mean, it's only awesome, and I'm freaking awesome. Locke and Key, this book is beautiful. This is part 2 of the final part. There's only 5 issues left, and it's ridiculous. I freaking love this book. There's nothing I can say at this point without spoiling it, but I'd be remiss not to mention it because this book is on fire. Chew, Volume 6 is out. I love Chew. It's a great book to read in the volumes, and this one collects it with the Agent Poyo special, which was hilarious, and great volume. It's all amping up towards, everything's just coming together. This is the midway point with issue 30, and it's incredibly unique, funny, has a lot of heart, and it has a lot of payoff. It's slow builds, but everything pays off. I love Saga. I mean, I love Locke and Key, I love Chew, I love indie books, but I do also like the company books. I'm sorry, you put a good writer on a character that I have some affinity from my childhood, and I'm on. Nightwing and Red Hood were both of these crazy Joker, overcovers Death of the Family, and this was the first Robin and the second Robin. And Joker is going after them where it hurts the most. He's going after Nightwing with the circus. So all those characters that were built up in the first story arc as supporting characters, Joker has his way with them, and it's freaking awesome. And I think Nightwing is going to suffer immensely in this storyline, and that's cool because he's a knockoff Batman. I mean, right, Joker? Yeah, that's what Joker told me. He's just a knockoff. I mean, who wants a knockoff Batman? And Red Hood, you guys know that I'm not a big fan of Scott Lobdell. I'm not a big fan of this Red Hood series at all. Like the whole Arsenal and whatever, Starfire. I'm not ever really pimping it, but this was good. This was fun. I love seeing Joker and Jason Todd interacting since Joker killed him. I mean, only in comics, can this happen where the person that killed you can, further ridicule you after you come back to life. But it was actually quite fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm sorry, it's not necessary for you to enjoy, and I mean, this isn't necessary either. None of these tie-ins are necessary, but if you want a single issue of Joker just rubbing salt in the wounds that is Jason Todd, this is for you, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I think you'd enjoy it too. It's kind of like a sick guilty pleasure. Green Lantern number 15. This is I guess the origin of how Baz got the gun. That gun that he's infamous for, and it's he's trying to prove his innocence. He's unraveling the mystery, And, you know, I can't wait for him to break Guy Gardner out of jail. I mean, that was last week, so, you know, whatever. Green Lantern Corps, I'm not really spoiling last week's book. But, and there's another Green Lantern that, you know, was mentioned that was going to Earth because he can blend in with the indigenous species of Earth. And I'm a big Green Lantern fan, and I'm digging it. So, you know, the pacing is a little bit slow for me. I don't know, maybe because there's just so many characters, and I want to know bring Hal back, bring Sinestro back, get Guy. I want Guy's revenge on the Guardians. Let's amp this up. But Boz is a fun character, and I'm really digging the rollout of him as a new Green Lantern. Wonder Woman, you know Wonder Woman's an important issue when they bring Cliff Chiang back to do the art. This is, she's looking for a new god, and she's found the new gods. She needs to, you know, she beat on all the Greek gods. Now she needs to beat up on the new gods, the fourth world. And Orion is redesigned by Cliff Chiang. He looks awesome, very, very ruggedly sexy. And it's just this book, I can't say enough about it. I would read Cliff Chiang reimagining different gods with his just wonderfully simplistic designs that are just perfect. And Wonder Woman's great. It's a great book now. And I was never a fan of Wonder Woman. I definitely was never a fan of the new gods. But I am now, and I like it. And thank you. Brian Azzarello, you rock. Don't quit writing Wonder Woman. And if you want JSA, it's very bizarre. You have to get this. It's an Elseworlds. It doesn't say Elseworlds, but it doesn't say New 52, so it's an Elseworlds. JSA Liberty Files was originally an Elseworlds book set back in the 40s with, you know, some of the characters. They had, like, the gay Dr. Midnight, and they had Hourman and Batman and whatnot. This one has Wildcat, and it's just a fun kind of steampunky feel. But you got B. Clay Moore and Tony Harris of, you know, recent kerfuffle on Facebook, but Tony Harris, the cosplay fan, he's drew all of that Ex Machina. He's a great artist, and if you want more JSA in your life, they're a little weird, they're a little odd, they're not how you remember them, but this is where you get it. And Marvel now, you got some issue 2s, some issue 3s, and let's talk about this first. The final issue of Uncanny X-Force, this is how you do a book. It's 35 issues long. I mean, they might have had a .1 or special somewhere along, but this was beautiful. Same writer throughout. He built up his stories, a dynamic character arc of Angel, which led into the Age of Apocalypse, which led into this final execution of when you go to kill the mutant killers, will they come back at you with revenge? And here, this final issue is actually quite beautiful. It's a happy ending. I swear to God, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being facetious. This is a happy ending for this team. And I loved it, and I loved Rick Remender on this. This is quite possibly, in my opinion, it is the best mutant series from beginning to end. Beautiful, perfectly done. Loved it. So get the collection. There's about 6 of them. So it's actually quite good. Even if you don't like the team, if you don't like Deadpool, he's wonderful in there. Avengers 2 is out. This is a bi-weekly book, and they're ramping up the team. They're adding so many extra characters, but you know, there's always the flow chart that Brian Hickman loves to do. Nice flow chart, so you know who's connected to who's responsible for what all the characters' iconic symbols are, and you're not going to be lost. So, you know, thanks Hickman. You put 24 characters on the team, as long as you give me a flow chart. Indestructible Hulk. This is Mark Waid. This issue, he picks up on what we liked most about the Avengers movie, which is Banner and Stark talking crap to each other. That's what you get here. Banner and Stark, Iron Man, Hulk, just talking crap to each other for a whole issue. Is awesome. Cap 2, this is 1 year later. It jumps, boom. They've been in Dimension Z for a year, and it's a lot like, you know, the feel of Old Man Logan, where it's this totally dysfunctional futuristic world that's, you know, this dystopian crap, and you get to see Cap being himself with no country, but he still has hope. Like, what is a patriot without a country? And, you know, that's, you know, almost as cool as a pacifist Wolverine. No, it's awesome. And you also got another flashback of little kid Cap, you know, with the dead, beat, drunk dad. Love it. Awesome. Thunderbolts. If you didn't try issue 1 because you didn't know why Punisher was on the team, why Punisher would join, what Thunderbolt Ross, you know, it's so catchy. They call it the Thunderbolts because the Red Hulk is Thunderbolt Ross. He aligned the mission of the team with Punisher's mission. So it's not like, hey, Punisher, come join me with what I'm doing. He said, hey, Punisher, I love what you're doing so much. I'm assembling a team of volunteers to kick that in high gear. You want in? And he's like, I guess you got me tied to a pole, so let's do it. But it was fun. It's the Expendables. I mean, it's the Expendables. And if you want some high-octane, non-stop action with a bunch of mercenaries killing a bunch of bad guys, Daniel Way gives it to you here. You got Dylan on the first story arc, who gives it that kind of gravitas of the Punisher Max and all that. I know from good authority that Phil Noto is going to be on the second arc, which he's a beautiful artist, so he's probably investing in a lot of red paints right now, but it was fun. All New X-Men continues to be the book that I wasn't into, but I freaking love. Issue 4 is hilariously brilliant. It's just that so raw with these young characters confronting their older, misguided future selves, our current reading selves, and like Angel's like, why is Magneto hugging Cyclops? Why are they friends? This is ridiculous. What's going on? If you give this book a chance, you'll probably like it. And yes, their powers are unreliable. That means sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. That's what it means, It doesn't mean that they never work. And when you see them working, it's a problem. It's, you don't know. And finally, Thor. This is Jason Aaron kicking some ass. It's issue 3. You have the holy trinity of Thor, Thor, and Thor, past, present, and future Thor. It's, perfect for Christmas with, you have the Thor of Christmas past and the Thor of Christmas future. But since he's being attacked by this God Slayer and he's a god, he's being attacked in all his various timelines because, it's omnipresent, it's God themes. You went to church, or at least, you have to know what omnipresent means. This is fun, and I like that the whole cast of Asgard's not in. It's just Thor, and I'm digging it. I love Jason Aaron. And that's it for this week. Lots of great stuff. Next week is Spider-Man 700. It's awesome. Look for our video. We will have a video next week. I promise. And thanks. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe if you want to. That'd be awesome. Click like, make comments, share it on Facebook. And also keep an eye out for our next week video. We're really doing one next week, even though it's Christmas. And we're going to do a best of 2012 video. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.